In a small town, where the streets awaken before the sun, the market stirs with life. People from the town or outside town trooped into the market to buy foodstuffs and other things. This particular market was known for its diverse goods. Children played around the market like it was their homes. It was indeed a happy place to be. There was so much buying and selling in the market, because they were mostly humble and kind vendors in this space. Buying and selling was massive here always. Unlike a bitter soul who always came to the market to intimidate others, she felt she was better than others. Among the crowd stood Amara, always impeccably dressed, always moving with purpose. Heads turned when she passed, not because of kindness, but because of pride. She believed she was better than everyone around her, sharper, faster, stronger, and she never missed a chance to remind the market that her life was more successful than theirs. Not far from Amara, at a quiet corner of the bustling market, sat Mama Kemi. Her hands were rough from years of work, her clothes worn and simple, yet her eyes carried a calm kindness that drew no attention. She sold vegetables every day, greeting every passerby with gentle words. Never rushing, never complaining, as if the noise and rush around her belonged to someone else. Every morning, Amara strode into the market, her head held high as she scanned through the market stalls. She would always select expensive bags and choose to show off to market people that she's a rich girl. She bargained loudly with market vendors. She was so rude and disrespectful to market traders, always arguing with people for no reason. One day, she approached an elderly woman quietly selling vegetables and began arguing over prices, not showing any respect. She would always disrespect Mama each time she passed close to her. Other market vendors were upset with her. She was so full of herself. Another day, she came to the market to buy clothes but ignored Mama Kemi when she greeted her. She hissed. Amara ran a successful hair business in the heart of the town, selling expensive wigs for women who trusted her skill and taste. Lots of customers always rushed to her shop to make their hairdo. She was a boss of her own. She always inspected her goods each time she came to her shop. She felt she had life all in her favor. Another day, she went to the market and disrespected Mama Kemi again. An old man warned her to stop disrespecting people, if not her world will crumble someday, but she laughed his words off and walked away. She mocked the old man with a loud laugh. After some weeks passed by, tragedy struck. She came to her shop shocked to see her door open. She walked in and discovered all her goods were gone. She cried bitterly as she paced around in frustration. All her years of hard work gone in a blink of an eye. Indeed. Her world crumbled before her eyes. Her workers consoled her when she cried. But she couldn't stop crying. She locked herself in the room, crying into depression, wondering why life would hit her this way. She paced around the room in frustration, thinking of what next to do and who to call to give her some money to start up her business again. But all the people she called turned her down. She called all her trusted friends who were rich, but they ignored her. She was so angry that none of them could lend her some money. She also called her boyfriend day after day, left him many voicemail, but he didn't call back or reply. She was so pissed. She decided to go to his house to know why he wasn't picking. When she got there, she got another shock of her life. She overheard him talking and laughing with another lady in his apartment. He was cheating on her with another lady. She stood in front of the door shocked, as her heart raced. She couldn't believe he would do this to her. She walked in and confronted him in anger, and said, "This is the reason you weren't picking my calls. How could you do this?" But the man instead wasn't sorry for what he did. Rather, he told her that "I don't want you anymore. Please leave," and he dragged her out, while the other new lady laughed at her. Amara was so devastated, the loss of her business and the man she loved dearly. She refused going out, for days sulking and crying, regretting her life. She cried so much that she was almost losing it. She tried to distract herself from thinking by doing some few house chores. She said, "I can't lose everything and still lose my life." She cooked her meals and ate, so she would feel better. Cooking was her hobby. It was a medium she used to distract herself from sulking. She enjoyed her meals, but sometimes would break into tears. It wasn't really easy for her to pull through. It hurt her so bad. One evening she sat outside her corridor thinking. Then she remembered what the old man told her in the market for disrespecting the old woman. She said, "I need to apologize to that woman. I know I was rude." One day, Mama Kemi discussed with the old man. She said, "I haven't seen that Amara of a girl. I hope she's okay." Then shortly after, Amara walked towards them. She spoke to Mama and the elderly man in a calm and apologetic tone. She said, "I am really sorry for being disrespectful and rude to you all. Please forgive me, both of you." The elderly man said, "I have forgiven you, my daughter. I was just correcting you and I meant well." Mama Kemi also said, "I have forgiven you," and she hugged Amara. Amara said, "Thank you, Ma, for forgiving me." Amara changed her rude attitude towards everyone to a cheerful attitude, even though other market vendors were surprised at her change and tried to make her feel bad, but she would ignore them. She continued being nice to everyone. Amara thought to herself one day. She said, "I need to leave this town and start a fresh new life somewhere else because I know many people in this town don't still like me." She decided to leave to another town to build a new life there. This time around with a more positive mindset and energy. She had learned her lesson. She made some phone calls to some house agents and few close friends in another town to secure her a house so she could start afresh. She packed her belongings into her traveling bag. She had mixed feelings. She felt sad but happy. At least she made it up to the people she wronged, so she had peace, even though she would miss this town. Amara walked to the motor park towards the bus and stepped into the bus with her heart more lighter and free. It was a new beginning for her. As the bus pulled away, Amara watched the town fade into the distance. She carried no bitterness, only wisdom and the quiet hope that somewhere ahead she would rebuild not with pride, but with humility.